It's that time of the month again where we get a new Warbond. This time, the Force of Law brings a shocking display with a policeman spin. While you aren't getting the traditional tasers, what you do get is some of the most unique and especially useful items I've seen in a Warbond in a long time. Almost felt like this Warbond came quicker than usual. Maybe that's just me. They do say as you age, time gets quicker, but damn did it feel like this Warbond dropped quick, which isn't a complaint. I'm just saying, it did feel a little bit quicker. And it had a lot of stuff in it compared to more recent Warbonds that we've been getting. And a little bit more return to older form. You get a light and medium armor, with the heavy armor being in the superstore, as well as one primary weapon, one grenade, two stratagems, a booster, a pattern for vehicles and hell pods, emotes, banner, and of course, a title. I'll get the quick stuff out of the way. The banner looks cool, but honestly isn't the same level as Masters of Ceremony. I think the banners and capes kind of peaked with that one. I do feel real bad for the guy who has to try to top the Super Earth flag, as well as the title extra judicial. I feel should have been either judge or prosecutor. It just doesn't have that oomph behind it, such as decorated hero or assault infantry. But all that is up to an individual's taste. Emotes are hold, silence, and group up. For more are mute, anti-social Helldivers, able to do some more team comms with the groups. However, these emotes really just exacerbate the problem of Arrowhead needing to add either 4 more or 8 more emote slots, or just copy Fortnite and allow me to use any emo at any time. However, they are fine additions, as well as the patterns look really cool, and I'm definitely going to be using them from now on. Okay, the real reason why we buy these Warbonds. Let's talk about the armor. I have to say, I love the armor aesthetic. I have been asking for a more armored up tactical look with bulletproof vesting and mag pouches. While the little Helldiver badge on the side doesn't hurt to add to the cool factor, these military police fits are just absolutely amazing. And the perk they come with, ballistic padding, where you get 25% chest damage resistance, 25% explosive damage resistance, and prevents all damage from bleeding to your chest, ain't half bad, which honestly, I appreciate. Is it the best perk ever? No, but it's a damn good one, with some actual good looking armor to go with it. The booster, in my opinion, isn't something I look towards in a booster, but I doubt we're ever going to be topping experimental infusion, vitality, stamina enhancement, and hell pod optimization combo. However, if you aren't a meta slave and like just having fun, then you now have stun pod, which is just firebomb hell pod, but arc, which is cool. And it's even cooler when you combine the two. However, utility of it, if you are wondering, is just as useful as the fire one. So take that as you will. Now the throwable, the G109 Urchin, is a thermite but arc at AP6 or anti-tank 2 with 150 arc damage a second over 6.5 seconds. You're basically using this as a personal do not move grenade, as it's not really killing anything per se, but it's going to stop a charger in its tracks for 6.5 seconds, which is appreciated. I do wish these worked on Bio Titans, however, the stunning of flesh mobs and chargers is just as appreciated, and I definitely see a place for this in the sandbox in the more upper echelon meta builds. Now, the GL52 De-escalator might be my favorite thing from this Warbond. It honestly was a shock when I found out it had as well anti-tank 2 or AP6. If you're wondering, yes, it kills a Bio Titan in 9 shots. Yes, it kills a charger to 2 to 6 shots. You can 2-shot headshot a Hulk. It 1 to 2 shots most medium level enemies. And obviously for the lower trash mobs like warrior bugs or troopers or commissars, those also are getting instantly one-shotted. You can destroy bot tanks if shot in the back engine with just 3 shots. And you get 40 shells. This thing is a beast. It's not only good at killing enemies, but excels in crowd control. 1 shot instantly stops a charger mid-charge for not a long time, for like a split second, but that's enough time to create some distance, throw a stratagem, or shoot it again to give you some more time. It's probably the shining gem in this treasure chest of a Warbond, and something I see myself using regularly, especially on bugs. We also have the K9 guard dog, the ARC version of the guard dog. Nothing crazy. I think it's a really good crowd control variant, maybe even better than the dog breath. Probably a skill issue on my part. I get team killed by it sometimes, but I mean, that's not unique to it, as I have plenty of times been gassed by my own dog breath, so go figure. I think this is going to be on a lot of my dives for Pred Strain, but when outside of Pred Strain Super Helldive, I don't know if I'm going to be really bringing it, since usually it's only on Super Helldive Pred Strain do I really need to care about the extra needed crowd control. And this is now day 7, I think, but Arrowhead, we have Arc, we have Chemical, we have Ballistic, we have Laser. I am now asking for the 7th time, can we please get the Hot Dog, which is a guard dog with a flamethrower variant? I ask simply for what the people demand for, and I am trying to be the voice of the people right now. Please drop the Hot Dog. I need it. And call it the Hot Dog too. Next, you have the Pacifier, the first AR that isn't bullpupped. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I recognize that the place this weapon has in the meta is to be a different way for support players to crowd control and assist in taking down tankier enemies. Since this medium pen AR can actually kill most things up to until you get to like a Brood Commander, which then at that point it starts to struggle, but it still stuns it. This weapon has built-in arc bullets that act as like a mini taser, either instantly or after a few shots, stunning the enemy. I like the idea, and I'm happy support players have a new weapon to use. Yet, I do wish we had an option in customization screen to switch off the stun rounds and go to a more lethal option. As tinfoil hat moment, but I feel the Pacifier will eventually be able to switch off stun rounds, as they did say they would be increasing attachments, and there were leaks saying we would have different ammo types, from toxic to flame ammo to increasing armor penetration, and go figure, look, shock ammo. Now, the mag on the Pacifier has blue tape signifying that it is a shock ammo mag, which leads me to believe that when the next set of attachments come into the game or are unlocked to the public, we will have shock ammo mags available to other guns, and maybe this gun can go up. Maybe this gun can go up in damage by giving it the more lethal option with just using standard rounds. I know, very tinfoil hat, and does not probably have any foundation, but just food for thought. I do feel 50 damage is really low. I definitely feel this weapon needs just a small boost in its damage, like just 10 flat damage increase to maybe 60 damage, to be a little bit more competitive with ARs, since even the Liberator Concussive does more damage than this. But that's just my piece on the Pacifier. I'm happy that we get more non-bullpupped guns. I just wish that the gun had a little bit more damage. Lastly, we have the Warrant, which conceptually I love, and also I do know it's not part of the Warbond per se, it's part of the Superstore, but it's obviously tied with the same release, so I thought I'd cover it in this video. Feeling wise, the vibe is totally there, reminding me of a Cyberpunk mini Dominator, which has tracking. Side note, the gun looks so close to Johnny Silverhand's pistol, but I know it's supposed to be Judge Dredd's, okay? I know, I understand, but I like to be a little different. Now, I saw some contention about the tracking, people saying it sucks that it doesn't go for weak spots, and I'm gonna be honest, y'all need to just get good at the game. The whole point of tracking is you are sacrificing pinpoint accuracy for the quickness and easiness of being able to point in the general direction and pull the trigger quickly than you would with normal target acquisition. Now, if you don't like that, amazingly, you can hold your reload button and turn off the guided system and shoot the gun at the weak points. It just a little bothered me, because that's the whole point of having guided missiles or guided projectiles or a smart pistol. Now, I think in Titanfall it went for the head, but that's a different game. We're not going to talk about that, okay? We're not going to talk. Don't bring that up. But I just feel like the whole point of guided perk is that you're sacrificing something in order to gain something. You're sacrificing your pinpoint accuracy and your ability to shoot the bullet where you want it to go for the ease of just quickly lock on, shoot, you're done. Don't even have to worry about it. Plus, for the guided part, it even increases your gun's fire speed into a burst fire mode, which makes me believe that this is supposed to be a kind of pull out the quick draw gun, boom, 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 and then, you know, create some distance. Nothing like I'm trying to get the pinpoint accuracy one-shot kill. I had a little rant on stream about that, but truly, you can't get mad when the gun is doing all the work for you. Now, my major issue with this gun is it just doesn't have that stopping power you would expect to see with this type of cartridge or ammo type. The Verdict does 135 damage a shot, and this only does 80, which is just not good enough. I understand that it does have a larger capacity at 13 shots, but having a 51% damage difference between the two guns because of a few extra bullets is just not good enough in my opinion. This gun should be at least 100 to 110 damage a shot. That's my piece on the Warrant. The two guns just feel the same to me. I like the vibe they offer. I appreciate their additions to the sandbox. However, I do feel they just need a little kick up in the damage to be a little bit more viable, as well as why does the Pacifier have no drum mag, short mag, or extended mag options? I understand that we are adding attachments as time goes on, but man, I was hoping that as we were adding new weapons into the sandbox, into the armory, especially with the AR variants, we would see mag options for those ARs. But in the end, I love the Warbond. I think the De-escalator is definitely going to be somewhere in S tier. The drip is amazing, and the perks aren't half bad. The Pacifier and Warrant could use some small buffs, yet this is definitely worth the purchase. But tell me what you guys think down below in the comments. How do you feel about the new Warbond? And most likely I am live at the moment talking with the regular Helldivers about what cool builds we can come up with and planning for the Galactic War. Thank you for your time, and if you are interested in joining a community to play Helldivers 2, join the Discord down below and join the 2nd Liberation Battalion. Thank you once again to all you watching, and I'll catch you next time.